Hey guys, welcome back to the Good Fight TV. I am Fighter for JC. Conor McGregor versus Rafael Dos Anjos is officially off. If you have not heard, Dos Anjos broke his foot and had to pull out of the fight, which is only 11 days away at the time of this recording, making RDA the second Brazilian in a row, the second champion in a row, to have pulled out of a fight against Conor McGregor. Now I know this gives Conor McGregor lots of fuel to keep talking trash, and I know his fans will as well. And they deserve to. I mean, this does not look good to RDA at all. It does not look good. It looks like he's afraid. And I know anybody who steps in the octagon cannot be accused of being afraid. But you know what? You have to wonder in this instance. But you know, the thing is, RDA is the favorite. He is the odds maker's favorite to win the fight against McGregor. And you know, I'm not going to question the legitimacy of the injury, but I would tend to believe that whatever injury it was, that RDA could probably fight through it. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Another thing is, should McGregor fight this coming March 5th, or should he pull out altogether? Do we need someone to replace Dos Anjos, or is it better for the UFC and Conor McGregor to just pull out altogether and make the co-main event the main event? Well, I believe for those who think that RDA may be afraid of Conor McGregor, I think that this is a pretty smart strategy. Maybe he does have an injury and he's taking advantage of the situation. Maybe it's an injury that's not bad enough for him to pull out, but bad enough for him to have a legitimate excuse. Maybe it's one of those cases. Now, the thing about Conor McGregor is he is an unproven entity as a lightweight. McGregor likes to say that nobody can take that left-hand punch. Speaking about his left cross that has knocked a lot of featherweights out. That may be true, but what happens if somebody does take McGregor's best punch and keeps on going? Will that be his undoing? Now that's what the lightweight division brings to the table, because we will find out whether or not McGregor can still be a great, dynamic, explosive, or even deadly fighter when he's up against guys who are bigger than him, or at least as big as he is. And him being that unknown entity, there's always that chance that if his power was taken away from him, that he will be reduced to a pretty average fighter. And a lot of Conor McGregor haters feel that way or hope that that would be the case. And they are looking forward to, or they were looking forward to, Dos Anjos exposing Conor McGregor. But that's not going to happen, at least not this time. Perhaps RDA is hoping that McGregor would fight any lightweight, and if his hopes, if RDA's hopes are true, with McGregor moving up in weight and his power not being such a huge factor, then maybe he will turn out to be just an ordinary fighter and he could lose to any lightweight who's not even that special. Maybe that's what RDA is hoping for. I think that Dos Anjos wants some other lightweight to do dirty work for him. I think Dos Anjos wants Conor McGregor to lose to some last-minute replacement. And you know what? That's not out of the possibility. It's you know, that could happen. Because like I said, we don't know how Conor's going to be if his opponent's able to take his best punch. And there goes the hype train if Conor McGregor loses to some guy who they pulled out, 2 weeks before the fight. And it could be Donald Cerrone, or it could be, who knows. Personally, I don't think he should fight Donald Cerrone because that guy's just annoying. He gets way too many opportunities, and now he's talking tough like he's calling out McGregor. I think it's a no-win situation for McGregor, regardless of whom he chooses to fight, because if he knocks anybody out, they're going to say, oh, this guy had 2 weeks to prepare, less than 2 weeks to prepare, and those are the only kinds of fighter that McGregor was able to beat. So I think, McGregor should probably just pull out of the event and wait for RDA to heal and reschedule the fight, 6-8 weeks down the line. Now maybe UFC 200 is what people are talking about. And I think that's probably the smartest move for the UFC. Will they lose money by pulling out McGregor from the card on March 5th? Probably. But they're not going to lose as much money as they would if Conor were to lose against a last-minute replacement. Now, it's one thing for Conor to lose to RDA. I mean, even Dana White is already trying to soften the blow by saying that he can't see Conor McGregor beating Dos Anjos. So when that does happen, then it wouldn't seem like such a big deal, and the UFC can still move on. He's trying to take away some of that pressure off Conor McGregor, perhaps, or maybe he's just trying to be smart so that it won't be regarded as such a huge loss for the company should the biggest cash cow they have right now lose. So I think Conor McGregor should pull out. He should not face any last-minute replacements because he has nothing to gain. Regardless of whom he chooses to fight or they put in front of him, they're not going to give Conor McGregor any credit for this fight because he's fighting a last-minute replacement. The only way Conor McGregor goes into that octagon this March 5th is if he gets to fight for the interim title, which last I heard was not a possibility. They're not going to make this an interim title fight regardless of whom he fights. So I think that would be good incentive for McGregor to step in there. But I think it'll be smart for the UFC to just pull him out, reschedule the McGregor RDA match, and let the co-main event be the headliner this time. What do you guys think? Do you think RDA is afraid of McGregor? What do you think is going to happen when they finally do step in the ring? And if you think McGregor should fight, who do you think he should fight? Let me know your comments. I'll try to respond to each and every single one of them. Thank you for watching. Again, this is Fighter for JC. Do you like the hat?